Looks like we are live. Hopefully that music volume isn't too loud. Here, let me tune in real quick. Just getting things set up. Take it slow. Baby, I should take it slow. Turn this up a little bit. Okay. Oh, oh. All right. Getting back to it. Welcome to anyone who's tuning in or watching afterwards. Today we are going to work on a little bit more of the sandcastle. We had been working on a little bit of the walls and interior stuff. I did a little bit off stream, and by a little bit I mean a pretty good chunk. But the walls are up, the second layer is started, and I also have some fountains and little gardens on the inside. So let's go take a look. So, starting on the outside, we swapped out all of the bottom pieces for the cool creeper blocks. Up here in the front, added some fountains, put some grass that's gonna hopefully eventually spread, but it's just taking its time. And a big staircase. And then we finished out the back side, got the two towers up there. And got the wall all the way around. So there's still a couple things that have to be done that are a little bit more tedious. Like fixing the bottom of that, turning that to regular sand. And then, I wonder if I can get out. Ooh, nope. I kind of want to put doors out the back too. But got the wall going all the way around at this point. I'm going to build up a wall there to match that wall, and then start working on the upper deck. So I am doing it solo. This isn't my server, so this is a friend's server, and I don't have my own. But then around back, we have that wall built up. All the way back there. So today I'm going to try to work a little bit more on that second level. And then also build up that interior wall that I kind of started on this side already. Hi, welcome, welcome. So we are just going to get started on the wall over here. I'm just matching it up to that side. I did some work off stream from the last time I streamed. So I have these nice little fountains. But we're just basically filling stuff in. And I'm also not the most coordinated walking around, but not everybody can be. I had a pretty good day, pretty relaxing. I had work, but it was pretty chill, so nothing to complain about. How was your day? Boring is not great, but I feel like sometimes I prefer boring to something crazy going on, so. 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I kind of started building everything out of sand, and then I'm having to go in and pull stuff out to put in doorways and things. Exam tomorrow. Well, hopefully you can focus and just have me chatting in the background. I like studying with people around. It doesn't feel quite as arduous. Harder to focus maybe, but a better time. What's your test in? I was always kind of a maths and science kind of person. That was kind of my focus. A little bit more on the analytical side. Gotta flex my creativity other ways. I have featherfall boots, so thankfully I can do pretty much whatever I want running around. So my thought is that down here I can have some different rooms. I've been thinking about this a little. Have some different rooms down on this bottom level, and then make kind of like a throne room on the upper level. So the idea was that this is like a sandcastle like on the beach, but that it actually like looks like a castle. So that's what I'm trying to go for. But it is taking a lot of sand. Between all the sandstone stairs, regular sand, and everything else. Hello, hello, welcome. So I'm hoping I can make some good progress today. Everything takes pretty long because it is so big. But it's been a good time just kind of chilling out. Nothing super focused. I'm hoping to do some more stuff like the little fountain gardens, because that was a good time trying to figure out what looks nice and things like that. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah. Chill is the vibe. The rest of the day can be focused and stressful. End of the day is for chilling and vibing. I feel like Minecraft has enough variety that you can kind of do whatever you want. If you're trying to go, I don't know, real try hard, you can go fight shit. Ooh, forgot some blocks up there. You can go really try hard, but that's not really me, so. Oh. Almost nighttime, but not quite. I want to at some point figure out how to do more redstone, but it's a little bit of a mystery to me. I tried to Google some stuff, but I might just at some point mess around and see what I'm able to do. I have a main base and I have like a redstone farm there that like an auto farm, and that's pretty cool. I kind of also want to do, I was thinking if I could get a like a target block. The way I understand it is if you shoot a target block, it is like your action that'll start the like redstone pulse, like a button or a lever or pressure plate or something like that. So I think if you shoot a target block, it'll do the redstone pulse. And then what I want to do is have it so that maybe it's like an archery area, and you shoot the target and then maybe some like fireworks shoot out of a dispenser. I feel like that is something I could maybe do. It seems reasonable enough, but yeah, redstone's complicated, so I may have to look up some tutorials to figure it out, but I want to try some stuff because it just seems really cool. I do know Dream SMP. I'm familiar with it. I actually only knew about it because I got back into Minecraft, not actually playing it, but watching it maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And was watching Jack Sucks at Life. if you know him. And there was a whole thing on his channel where Wilbur from Dream SMP was like doing some editing for a couple of his videos, and it was just really chaotic and funny. So I was subscribed to Wilbur, and I didn't, I guess, even realize that it was like a whole thing because I only saw his videos. But I started to watch it, and it's a lot to keep track of, but it's cool. I actually took the farm redstone stuff from Tubbo How to Design over at his like original house. I'm still really early on it because I just watch it casually. Yeah, exactly. No, he's great music. He's just, I don't know, that's like my kind of humor, like really sarcastic kind of stuff, so. But yeah, there's so many videos made at this point that I'm just kind of like, as I have free time watching them, so I'm nowhere near all this story stuff, but. I was kind of sad because I did want to learn more stuff about Redstone, and Tubbo was like really into Redstone. And there was one of his VODs where he was talking about, or he was going to teach like Tommy and Fundy Redstone, but then they were not into it. So I was hopeful that it would be like some kind of lesson, but they gave up pretty much immediately. I feel like I should be able to understand it. I've done a little bit of circuitry stuff just on my free time. But it's different enough that it's kind of hard to understand, at least for me. I'm a little bit more on the kind of chemistry and statistics side of STEM. I do know where Finland is. Alright. Back to get more sandstone. We just burn through sand. I had a buddy come in with a couple diamond shovels and just haul out a shit ton of sand. And we're still suffering. There's still a big need because this is only floor 1. So we will see how things go moving forward. I'm probably gonna have to go level another little mountain of it. I also want to we have a big railway system on this server. So at some point I gotta dig the big long tunnel. I'm 3,000 blocks away from our spawn area, which is where most of our stuff is. And I have to dig a big tunnel to get back. Oh, that is not the right block. So at some point I gotta do that, but that's just gonna be a lot of straight digging. It's gonna be down at diamond level, so hopefully I can find some stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be a big adventure. Yeah, just like shut your brain off and dig straight forward. I don't know, I think it's kind of fun though, because I'm very into just the kind of running around and seeing new stuff. I'm not so into fighting all kinds of mobs and things like that. I get it's important and occasionally I want to do it. But it's pretty fun to, you know, be digging and come across a big cave system, or I spend a lot of time just sailing around or running around and coming across cool places. So this place, I actually stopped here because you can't see it, but over there, if you look like this direction, but over there, there's like a pretty cool spot in between 2 mountains. So I want to put something there. Do you know what clock is in Finland now? I don't. Not sure what that means. I still have to kind of design this top part because I haven't thought too much about it. I kind of sketched out something at the very start that I want to do, but it's going to require a little bit of planning to actually put it all down. Oh, it's midnight. Are you in Finland then? Yeah, for me it's afternoon. I just had work, so I'm back home after work. Whew. I've definitely never been to Finland. I knew I had a teacher who was from, where was she from? I want to say she was from Norway, and she also did a presentation for like a cultural thing about a trip she took to Iceland. So I know a little bit about Iceland, and it sounded really cool, but I don't know that much about Finland, honestly. Dude, I'm really excited for this to be all complete. I think it's gonna look really cool. I kind of started with some pretty lame builds, because the last time I played Minecraft was maybe a couple years ago. Probably more than a couple. And at the time, I think the like survival mode, it existed, but it was like pretty early on, and I didn't want to pay for survival mode because I was very young and had no money. So I didn't like realize how much stuff you could do. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed yourself if you have to jump off. But yeah, I pretty much just played on the I think it was probably just like a creative kind of world thing. And I didn't realize you could generate just like flat maps, and I wanted to build some stuff. So the furthest I ever got in Minecraft was on like a naturally generated world, just trying to smooth it all out, like filling in caves and filling in the ocean and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely do not know all that much about Minecraft. But we're having a good time. Starting to learn how to do some stuff. Enjoying myself for sure, and just chilling. Need to get some better sources of light, because this is quickly gonna get crazy. I do not need this sand wall, I don't think. So let's maybe get rid of that so it's more open. But I think that's been a kind of cool thing watching other people play, is I think the people who've played for a little longer have like creative ways to use stuff. So I'd like never even thought of using fences a little bit more decoratively. But I hope to see you another time. I hadn't really thought of like using fences and even stairs like decoratively, but there's so many more uses than I thought. Like these little fountains I made have little fences. Absolutely, you made my day. Happy to see you. But yeah, using little stone walls, stairs, and or I guess those are walls also. But yeah, starting to figure out more stuff I'm able to do. I want to bust out this wall and make a bigger door. Bye bye. But I think I'm probably gonna finish filling in all this stuff up here first, because that starts to allow me to make that upper floor. And I think the upper floor is gonna start to be where we see the real castle stuff, like the little palace room and everything. So I'm trying to get to that point. But honestly, who knows how long that'll take. I have the patience though. I've been having a lot of fun just hopping on and hopping on and just kind of vibing out and building away. Building or digging. There's also some other things I have like envisioned that I want to work on, but I want to get pretty far on this project. I tend to have a little bit of a short attention span, so who knows, before long I'll probably be on to something different. I'm gonna go to sleep. Not want to deal with stuff. So probably before long I'll be on to something different again. But I want to at least make a good chunk of progress on this before I jump onto something completely new. Some of the thoughts I had, though, is I wanted to do, we have a lot of, I don't know specifically what they're called, but the forests that are like dark oak and mushroom, we have a lot of those around us. And then I also found this really cool like clearing, I do a lot of mapping, so the biggest map size is kind of how I measure stuff. But basically like one of those biggest maps over, there's a really super cool clearing. And it's like I was walking on the treetops because those areas have kind of like flatter treetops, and stumbled across it, and it's just like this cute, not huge, but a pretty big sized opening that's just like a big circle with a little like pond or small lake in the middle. Just completely surrounded by the mushroom dark oak forests. And it just looks so precious. So what I wanted to do is make like a house that's partially like a big mushroom and then partially like mimic a big tree stump. And honestly, who knows how successful I'll be. But the thought was to make it like 2 layers so you can come in through the stump, and then at the top of the stump there's like a staircase that leads up to like a room inside the cap of the mushroom that you can look out from. So that's the plan. But again, trying to stay focused on one thing because probably need the practice for my attention span, honestly. But I have a lot of plans, and that's one of them. I want to do at some point a zoo, and I'm still working on how exactly I want that to look. So that'll probably be a later kind of project. But I really wanted a place to keep tropical fish, and I was thinking about a bunch of different stuff, and on my personal server I did something where it was like a big glass, like a bunch of glass panes, and it was kind of an underwater, I guess, aquarium, but I wasn't really in love with that. So my newest thought was to do kind of like in an aquarium where you like have just a big glass rectangle, but then you mimic kind of the natural appearance of whatever landscape the animal would be in. So that was kind of my thought, to do just like some big rectangles. Maybe make it kind of tall, but just to put a bunch of the tropical fish in there, and that way you aren't like having to swim all around to find them. And they're still displayed, but it's a little bit prettier. I think with the glass, because it's so, I don't know, it's kind of weird looking, in that it's clear in the center, obviously, but the edges, there's like a lot of edges, and all the edges are black lines or dark gray lines. So it doesn't look as nice for something to be all glass. So I'm not really into that look. I thought it would be cool, but I didn't like how it actually turned out. So revamping the plan, I was thinking of doing like a zoo aquarium type thing. And then since I was thinking about fish in like, not the most dexterous. Since I was thinking about fish, I was like, well, if I'm going to make those an exhibit for the tropical fish, maybe I should make one for the regular fish too. And then it's kind of like a nice contrast. So have one that's like a river bottom, and have one that's like, hopefully I can find some coral and stuff and make one that's like that with the tropical fish. And then I was thinking about that, and I have really wanted to get some foxes. So I was thinking, well, if I'm going to do that for the fish, why don't I just go ahead and make like a zoo thing? And then as I was thinking about the zoo further, I was just trying to come up with like animals that I could also put in there. And I didn't realize that you could, well, I guess I didn't even realize there were pandas. Again, haven't played too much Minecraft. But didn't realize there were pandas. And then was thinking, oh, I could do pandas and I could put bees in a little enclosure. So I feel like there's enough animals that it would like make a zoo make sense. And then I also wanted to try like, now this I don't think is gonna go as well. But I was thinking of also doing kind of like 3D sculpture type stuff. So it was like if I could do, you know, like some animals out front, and then it's even more like a zoo. So that's just another thought. That one I think I might have to build up to, because I think that's gonna require a little bit more creativity as far as the construction goes. I feel like this one is a big project, but there's a lot of reference as far as looking at, you know, real sandcastles. And then real castles for the other stuff that I don't want to keep purely sand. So this one I think is a little bit more structured. There's some creativity, but I also can rely on kind of the very modular nature of it. So I'm hoping this comes out cool. I realized I never finished my train of thought earlier why I was bringing up what I used to do in Minecraft was to say not only that I don't fully think about all the blocks that you can use. Just lost my train of thought. Oh well. Maybe third time's the charm. Maybe next time I gotta start that thought I'll actually finish it. Until then, we keep building. I'm hoping I can come up with more ideas, though. I was kind of tickled when I thought of the idea of sandcastle, but it's like an actual big castle. I was kind of tickled by that. So I'm hoping I can come up with more like kind of cute, funny ideas. And then just make them sick. But we'll see. I'm sure by the time I finish up with this and, you know, the 18 other ideas I have floating around in my brain, I'm sure by that point I'll have come up with, you know, another 18 ideas. So I also really want to do, I do a lot of crochet in my free time. I don't know if anybody else is into like knitting and crochet. But I made I play League of Legends also, and I made a crochet version of one of Malzahar's Voidlinks, and it actually came out really well. So I'd kind of like to come up with some new crochet patterns, and I was thinking I could do pretty easily a little Minecraft bee, and then I thought it'd be fun to do like a cute ghast. Just because they're kind of, I've done a jellyfish before, and they're, I guess, a little spookier and more boxy than jellyfish, but they kind of have the same general structure going on, so I figured that'd be fun. I was thinking about figuring out how to make it so I could stream video from my phone so I could do some crochet. For anybody who's interested in that. I know it's probably not a lot of overlap between people who crochet and people who play games, but I'm that person. So if somebody's looking for that very specific niche, I'm your person. And then, like I was saying, I guess I need to do that tunnel as well. And that could be good. I have a lot of diamonds back at home, but you can always have more. I am not the luckiest with RNG for those. I've gone on a couple, just like, not scalping, what's the word? I'll just call it mining journeys at like Y5 to 12. And I would find like maybe one diamond, and then a buddy would come up behind and just find like 3 or 4 veins of diamonds. So I do not have the luck on my side, unfortunately. Am I already out of... Oh no, I have a whole stack. It just didn't click for some reason. Wow, we have already almost fully burned through all the sand. That's a scary thought. I do not have a diamond pick though here. I did just create like 20 iron picks and was doing that. And then that same person who helped me with the sand was like, no, we aren't having any of this. So when he came by, he brought a diamond pick for me, or a diamond shovel with him for me too. So that should make sand collection a little less stupid. Hopefully, no promises. Wow, okay. I'm gonna need a lot more torches too. So I probably will have to go caving at some point to get coal, because I didn't bring all that much coal with me on the journey out. So that will probably be something I need to do. And while we're out, might as well bring all the shovels and get to dig in some sand. Oh, my other thought too was out here there's going to be a lot of space. And I was trying to think of what made sense. And ultimately I think what I landed on is that I could have kind of like little stalls out here, like if you see in some of the villages, they have like little stalls. Not that they sell anything, they're just there. But that I could make little stalls and then have items that like make sense out here. So like have a little anvil place, and that's like as if a blacksmith were there. And then I could put the stone cutter at one of them, because I've had to use the stone cutter for a lot of sandstone stuff. Put the stone cutter at one. Maybe have like a little food stand, and put my chests of food there, so that you still have like storage and functionality, but it also kind of fits the theme a little bit better. I'd probably, for some of the other like bigger stuff, like if I eventually get an enchanting table here, I'd probably make a separate room for that, just because it seems like an indoor kind of thing with all the bookshelves. But for now, we build the platform. This is a little bit more, a little larger than I expected. I knew it was big when I was building the edge, but you know when you're just building like one block, or you're just like drilling in one block across, it doesn't feel quite as long. We ran into that problem building some of the tunnels, so the big railway system, in that I never had the patience to like dig out the big 3x3 that we wanted for the tunnels. But I like doing the like 1x2, just to get to the other side, because I think that's fun. Oh, already out of sandstone again. So I like digging those, and then I'd just leave the rest. I don't know where I was going with that point. But yeah, that's more where my interest lies, is just getting somewhere, discovering something, not so much in the like filling things out. Yeah, no sandstone. Got a little bit of sand left. We'll take the last of that. Maybe we can finish that top part. Is there any? Nope, all chiseled stuff. I do need to finish the wall with these slabs, so I'll grab those. Probably put away some of this junk so that, yes, there's all the shovels, there's where they're at. I'll put away some of the other junk that I won't need for going underground. And we'll start this guy. Oh, potatoes. Oh, do we not have any more coal? Do have wood, but I don't love using wood because I have plans for wood. Yeah. Slap that guy in there. Okay. Away we go again. Wait, can I? No, okay. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't a possibility and I just made a huge mistake. For anybody who doesn't know, the stone cutter just gives you like really a lot better returns when you're crafting anything made out of stone that's like a building thing. So like stairs or slabs or gates, not gates, what's that called? Walls. So the returns are like significantly better, whereas it might take 4 of one block, you can do a 1-for-1 in the stone cutter. Man, I'm a big fan of this. We might have enough, right? Nah, probably not. Less than 2 stacks. No, I don't think we got it. Let's go for this one. I think we can get this one closed up. Ooh, skeleton. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need a better way to illuminate all that, because that is gonna be a lot of space to illuminate, and we're gonna end up with spiders, I think. Even if we get the whole ground, I think we're gonna end up with spiders everywhere, so I'll think on that. I think once I start dividing it up into rooms, I can have a better plan for what I want the lighting to kind of look like. I tend to like, too, playing in survival mode rather than creative. Just because I still like, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass when you're building big things. Both in the resource aspect and then also in the creation stuff. Like the tops of those towers were a little bit of a pain in the booty. But it feels a little bit more rewarding that you're like, yeah, okay, maybe the build isn't as good as like somebody who's really stellar at building. But not only did I build it, I also had to collect all the stuff that I built it with. So to me, that feels more impressive. But that's just me. Or two. I think I might build the tunnel today too. Just because I kind of want to, have this all connected so that if somebody wants to join, not that it's a quick journey via minecart, but it's a little bit quicker via minecart. You know what? This cave journey is going to be interesting because I don't have any torches and I just used the last of my coal in there. Oh, sweet! I didn't use the last of it. Okay, that'll at least get us enough to get down in there, and don't need all these shovels. So many shovels. Give us the chance to get in there and get some coal. Or to get some wood. Where is the wood? This guy? Yeah, dark oak. Thought I had more wood. There it is. Just needs sticks. I'll go ahead and... I don't know why I don't just do that kind of stuff in my inventory. Just feels right to craft it in the crafting table. Let's sail the boat on over. Man, I love riding the boats too. I also got the Origin mod. Downloaded that, and I didn't, I guess, realize how much speed the dolphin... Well, I guess to preface, I played for a little bit as a Merling, and I guess I didn't realize quite how much speed the dolphins give you when you're like swimming the same direction as them, until I was playing as the Merling, who also has a lot of speed in water. But man, that is a big boost to speed. So anyway, I like sailing the ocean. And I am stunned, but I still haven't found... Oh, I didn't actually make any. Well, that gave me a lot of coal. I still haven't found any biomes. I found one with tropical fish, but still haven't found any that have coral. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But I am definitely not done exploring, so hopefully I can find that in time for the zoo project. I hear you, zombie, just wait. Be patient. We're headed down there promptly. Man, the noises in this are worse than anything that's actually anywhere. When I first started playing, I felt like everything made me jump. And there's not like really good location related to the sounds. So it's like if you hear a noise, it could be anywhere, and it always sounds like they're behind you. So that continually spooked me and continues to spook me. I'm a little baby at times. I will fully own up to that. Where are we? 57? Oh, shoot. Forgot I had my shield up. No match for me. I have a good sword. I have this really nice diamond pick that mines super fast, but I don't want it to break. So I end up using this guy, but I guess at the end of the day, a diamond pick is a diamond pick. And eventually I'll have to enchant a new one, because this one will just get so expensive to re-enchant that it like won't be worth it. But it still makes me sad. I don't want to use it. I want a proxy one that works exactly the same, but it doesn't take any duration off it, which would be insanely busted, but it's what I want. Talked about this before too, but I am like the worst at PvP and PvE. And I mean that with respect to Minecraft, but it also applies to pretty much every other game I play. So most of the stuff I play, I do have a lot of DS games. I do a lot of RPG stuff. And I used to play a lot of first-person shooters with my family, but that was more just because we had an Xbox, and I feel like most of the— ooh, that's scary. I feel like a lot of the Xbox games that came out when we were playing Xbox were FPS. So like Halo and Call of Duty and all those kind of games. My preference though is like adventure, strategy, puzzle kind of games. Which I think explains why my favorite part of Minecraft is just randomly sailing around and finding cool stuff. Because that's sort of the appeal for adventure games for me. Just being able to find cool stuff. Like things like coal. Obviously I don't really get excited about those. Come up often enough. It's still nice because it brings some variety instead of just the stone. Oh, I have to get my shovel out. Brings some variety instead of just seeing stone everywhere. But nah, it's not really that exciting. And I do like that they added all the different kinds of stone, because that adds, I think, so much to just variety and having different landscapes around. But I'm more mean. Even like iron is pretty exciting for me to find. Oh, that's where the noise was coming from. Thank you. Thank you, skeleton, taking the zombie out for me. I appreciate it. My buddy. I feel like I lose my train of thought every 2 seconds. But yeah, that's why I like the kind of games that I like. Oh shoot, where are you coming from? Not cool, dude. Oh, how cool. Oh, and it's a great view. Make sure he's not trying to sneak up behind me. That is so cool. Just imagine once it's fully done, that's gonna be sick. Maybe I'll make like a viewing spot over here. Maybe I'll just line it. Oh, that would be so cool. Okay. I get like very excited about stuff I'm creating. I'm like a big fan in most areas of my life of like creating something from nothing. That's like why I am like kind of a hobby collector. And that's what sort of most of my hobbies have in common, is that it's like making something that like didn't exist before. So that's, I think, my most long-lasting hobby has been like crochet and knitting. And I think it's just because, I mean, you can take just like a straight line and turn it into, you know, an animal or a sweater or a blanket or like any number of things. So I think that's the other cool thing, the other like aspect of why I like Minecraft is that, and I think why I like both the survival and the building aspect is because it is a combination of that, like building something from more or less nothing, like, you know, cubes of various things, and turning it into something really cool that wasn't there before. So I think that's probably a big reason it draws me in. I think that's probably what makes hobbies long-lasting for me. Because I've dabbled in other stuff, but that's really the hobby that's kind of stuck around for the longest. I have tried to teach myself guitar a number of times, but that one I tend to go for a couple months and then I fall off, and I'm sure eventually I will learn guitar, just by reason of starting it and stopping it a million times. Eventually it'll be enough that I actually know how to play. But yeah, I tried to, I've been interested in doing like music or I guess covers, but like that's not really my interest. I only, that was sort of the foray into using like music recording equipment. So I have some stuff like a mixer and a nice microphone, or nice-ish. But that for me didn't quite scratch the hobby itch. And then I also am like very into singing, but that's easy enough to do like pretty passively, that I don't always consider it a hobby. I also was like, have like had a couple periods where I was very into aquariums, but I tried to do an aquarium this year and it just, well, I guess not this year. I forget that it's already 2021. That's a little bit nuts. But it started an aquarium at kind of the start of last year just because it was something that I had always wanted to do. But it was really hard. And I knew it was going to be hard. And I knew it was going to be a lot of money, which that wasn't a huge deterrent for me because I had wanted to do it for a pretty long time. But yeah, it was just kind of disheartening because there's a lot of prep work where like you have to get your fish tank really ready before you put any fish in. And depending on the method you use, it can go, you know, several months. And it's not supposed to go quite that long. It's supposed to go several weeks, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months. But I was trying to do it and trying to get to the point where it's like, okay, you're good to put fish in now. And it just never got to that point. And it got very close and I was like, well, maybe this is good. And I was kind of upset about it, but I did end up getting fish. And unfortunately, between starting out sick and probably not being in the most ideal environment, they didn't last very long. So it was very disheartening. And I definitely don't want animals to be in pain. So that one unfortunately didn't pan out so much, but I have a number of other things that I've always wanted to try, so that's not too disappointing, but not too bad. I also tried out Taekwondo last year, and unfortunately, obviously this the world's been kind of different. Ooh, shoot, that scared me. I'm so jumpy. Unfortunately, with the way that the world's been recently, that hasn't been something I've been able to continue with, but I do plan to eventually continue with it. So maybe that kind of gives you a taste of what I'm kind of like as far as hobbies go. I gotta jump all over the place. I eventually come back to stuff. It's not like I try something and then completely ditch it. I mean, I know there's definitely some that are like, okay, I tried that and it's not really my thing. But I come back to stuff. I just have like a short attention span. And I guess it's not like, I don't know if it's a short attention span necessarily, but it's like I get way too into stuff and then I burn myself out really fast. Ooh, I don't have any white horses. Ooh, I should do a stable. I have a stable back at the main home, but it would be cool here too. But yeah, anyway, I get like very into stuff and I go maybe a little bit too hard. And I don't burn out like in a week, but I'll go like a couple months and then it's like, oh, well, maybe it's time to rein it in. So that is something I'm trying to work on, is not doing stuff with such intensity that I get burned out like so quickly. Because I have enjoyed most of the hobbies I've tried. I just go a little hard. Anything good? Oh, that's kind of a cool place. I could definitely do something there. I think over there is where I saw coming in. Let's see if we can get over there. I'll just show you what I saw. I get that creepers don't burn, but why were those zombies still alive? Was it not fully daytime yet? Maybe not. I thought it was, but I guess not. Here we go. Okay. We vibing. Okay. I also want to make another bed, because occasionally people do come to visit. And I need one. I don't think I want to keep sheep, though. I am trying to keep things somewhat, like, thematically contained. So I think the horses would make sense. Or, you know, make decent sense. Like, horses, you can find horses on a beat. Wait, does that one already have a saddle? Wait, what's going on with him? Oh no, he's just pretty! What? Let me get on. Oh, I probably need an apple for him. He's a little agitated. I'm coming back to find you, buddy. You're cool. You're cool as hell. Is that it? It looked like it from the side, but I'm not sure it is. Oh, he's got that cool back thing going on too. No, that's not it, is it? I think it is the main one that was over here. I'm coming back for you, horse. Don't get complacent. I'll be back. I will be back. Back over. Yeah, it must have been this. Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was this one, and I was going to be a little bummed that it was further away than I thought. But yeah, I came up, and it was a little further away, but yeah, I came at it like that. That just looks sick, right? Oh, I also had this really cool idea, because I was thinking on what stuff might be not too difficult with redstone. And I think the dispensers are easy to understand for as much as you can do with them. And my thought was, for that I could have one dispenser at the top. Hey, welcome back. My thought was that I could have a dispenser at the top, or like a row of dispensers. Hook them up to redstone, bring them down to the bottom of whatever opening. And then have a pressure plate. And I think I can do one pressure plate that'll like initiate all of them. Where you step on it and then the water. So you'd have water coming down, you'd have like empty buckets. You'd have water coming down, and then dispensers can like dump water out of a bucket or pick it up. Oh, it's raining. But the thought was that like you'd step on the plate and And maybe all of them aren't dispensers. Maybe the ones on the end are just water. But you could step on the plate and whatever ones had dispensers above would suck back up the water. And then it was like if you had a hidden base behind a waterfall, except it's not really hidden because it would just be an opening. But I think that's like a cool idea. Right? I don't know how ambitious I'm being because I've tried some redstone stuff, but nothing like crazy. But I think it would work, so I'm gonna try that at some point, and I might try it over there. Because if I build this place, if I connect this place and build it out, so it's like a second home base, then I think it would work pretty well. Wait, what was I doing? Oh, we were going caving for torches. That's what we were doing. Just gotta keep my focus for like 10 seconds to get something done. Oh man, my attention span is wild. But it is all good. I didn't realize I got quite that much coal. I do have a fortune pick, but okay, that is definitely gonna be enough torches. Let's go pick up the slabs. I need to keep these chests sorted, but also... who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? I hopefully only have a little bit left of this. I got kind of crazy yesterday. I was trying to do it really fast. And I didn't realize that, I didn't realize that these could go like at the top. So like you can put it at the top and at the bottom. So I just was going really quick and then I ended up all crazy. Oh, I thought I had so much more to do. It works for me. Don't have any sand on me, bummer. And then my thought over here, I left this open. My thought over here was it could just be like a dock. And I don't know if I plan to, if I want to do like a full dock, because I don't know that this connects anywhere. Might ought to check my map. I don't know that that connects anywhere, or if we actually went searching to see if it did. But if it does, then it could be a cool jumping off point. Is that it? Yeah, so it looks like it pinches, but it might go somewhere. I was hoping to find a desert next to an ocean, but the biomes are so huge that I wasn't gonna just sit around and wait until I found one. I have to put these maps back, or this map back safely. I've lost so many maps. It's been very upsetting. I'll like, I make the hugest map and I'll map out like the whole area, and then I'm just being like major dumb. I don't even know how they go missing. I'll put them in like my main inventory, and then I'll be like opening a chest somewhere else. Maybe I like stumbled across a mine shaft or something, and I'll open up the chest, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shoot, where's the map? And then I don't even know where to look. Like I could go back and look, but I don't even know where to look because I've traveled like half of a huge map worth of distance. So all in all to say, gotta keep them real safe. Oh right, that's why we need so much coal. Probably not a bad idea also to just make another smelter. I have cobble, right? Yeah. Not smelter, furnace. Why did I think that was called a smelter? Oh, you know what? It's because, man. Okay, I'll put him on the ground. It's because I was playing, earlier this year and at the end of last year, I was very, very into playing Raft. And the smelting was like my thing. Like finding all the materials we needed and getting them smelting. Don't worry about your English. It's not a big deal. We're just chill here. Disappear. I think there's maybe another P, but I'm probably not the best person to ask about spelling. Wouldn't say that's one of my specialties. Glad to hear somebody else has the map problem, though. It's wild how quickly they just are gone. But, man, I have to focus. I also want to somewhere do like a dungeon, because I do need to do... I need to get more sand, and I also need to do some mining. And I think it would be nice to have like a... I feel like a lot of castles will have like a basement. And not that I'd have anybody to put in there. Although I could maybe trick a zombie into going there. But to have like maybe a little jail cell or something. Just missing some blocks. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I think at this point I really need to just mow down another hill of sand. Here, we can go illuminate some stuff. Illuminate. I was saying earlier, I play a decent amount of League of Legends. And now, I play a lot of mages when I play. And, I know Lux is a really popular one, and I've played her a decent amount. But every time I think of the word illuminate, she has a line that's just, illuminate the enemies. So, it's like now trapped in my brain. I don't know about you, but I get stuff trapped in my brain really easily. And I really like to just sing as I'm like going about my day. I get songs stuck in my head like that, like so quickly. And then I can't stop. Like, I have to sing them. All right. That should put us in a little bit better of a situation at night. I do need to go upstairs because I'm pretty sure there are actually 0 torches upstairs. I get that hallway? Yeah. Let's go plop some down. Man, I'm really excited about these fountains. I feel like everything I build will be just slightly better, and then eventually I'll build something really, really cool. Yeah, man, it's hard. Once I get something stuck in my head, it is there. At least if it's a song, that's like not the end of the world. I can just sing and vibe out, but sometimes it's just like little phrases and I'm like, no! And then you get to the point where you're like, man, I'm starting to irritate myself. What do I do about that? I can't get away from myself. But it's all cool. Just part of the human experience. Man, this is huge. The fact that I'm burning through this many torches. Oh, that is the worst feeling. Yeah, even worse than having something stuck in your head is having it stuck in your head and then you forget what it is and all you have. Oh man, sometimes you have enough words to like work with, but other times you get one and it's either like completely instrumental or like you could only remember the part that's like do 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 do, and how are you gonna type that in Google and find anything useful? You just aren't. It's a lost cause. Or sometimes I can like only think of the rhythm. So I'm like, no, like, I know the exact rhythm, I know exactly how it goes, but I can't think of the words. And I mean, what's gonna help you with that? I know there was an app that was kind of popular maybe a couple years ago that was supposed to be like, if you hear a song while you're out and about, you can record it and it'll like tell you what it is. And it was supposed to also be able to do that for like humming, so that would maybe help with stuff like that, but I've tried it several times and I could never get it to work really well. So, oh well. I have done that that once or twice and gotten it to work, just typing do-do-do. But not all that often. Because you have to be thinking of the exact amount of do-do-do's that everybody else was thinking about when they typed it in. Oh, the worst, the other bad feeling too is I kind of recently started using TikTok, and like a lot of the times the sounds that people use on there, when you go to the sound it says like who the artist is and what the song's called. But then sometimes people have like taken the sound and put in their own audio over it, so it's not called whatever the song is anymore. And then it's impossible to find because they're such short snippets. That's a pet peeve. I'm going to bed. What? Oh, I was like, where? And then he's just literally right behind me. Oh, man. You're joking me. Where could he be? Where could he possibly be? Oh, right there. Must be... Oh, I was going to say something must be interesting on that wall. There's a spider and a creeper, but I guess the creeper noped out. He was like, yeah, that's not for me, bro. I got other things to do with my time than stare at that wall with you, spider. Okay, I think it's time to drop our stuff off and go mowing down some sand. There's a lot of bones somewhere. There we go. Oh, forgot we killed those sheep. You did find it? That's good. There's some pretty good, that's how I found, honestly, a lot of pretty cool music. Because I listen to a lot of, I stream a lot of music on Pandora, just because I really like to listen to new stuff. But I feel like it's hard to find new stuff that kind of you like. So I do listen to a lot of Pandora, and that's how I found a lot of stuff. But also, there's some, like, really great songs that I've just heard through TikTok, and then, like, gone and listened to that song a ton, or, like, found the artist and been like, oh, this is so cool. Surprisingly great place to find music. There's also a lot of references to like shows and things. So I feel like sometimes I find a funny clip and it's like, oh. Yeah, I have a hard time with Spotify because I feel like I have to input so much in order to like get to a station that I want to listen to. It's like very good for if you want like a curated vibe. Like I think of music as like both genres and vibes of music. So occasionally I'm like, yeah, I want to listen to like songs that are good for when it's like 6 a.m. and you're driving on the highway and like really specific stuff like that. But a lot of the time, like I don't really know exactly what I want to listen to. I just know, you know, I like this one song and I want to listen to similar stuff. So I think there's like benefits to both, but I've always preferred Pandora a little bit. I have a couple playlists on Spotify, but they're pretty old. I always joked with my brother too. I've always kind of listened to a lot of Pandora, and joked with him and my parents that I'd know I'd made it in life when I was willing to afford Pandora Premium for myself. And I finally did that this year, so I feel like I've made it. Not as like anything in particular, but I guess as an adult. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm always in for music suggestions and the like. I just can't be bothered to make a curated playlist, so if you shoot your playlist link in like the chat or something, I'll definitely take a listen. I just don't have the energy to curate one. Oh, I didn't even bring my diamond shovel. I did make one a little more recently because in my Discord with some of my friends, we there were like certain songs that we'd always queue up to listen to, mostly like meme songs, but we'd always queue up the same songs. So I made a playlist that was just like all those songs. But at this point, we all kind of get annoyed when we hear them come on. So it's mostly just like a list of songs that annoy us at this point. We tried. Or I tried. Oh, there it is. I feel like I have to burn through all these iron shovels now just because I made them. It's like early evening for me. I'm on the East Coast, or Eastern Standard Time, so it's right around 6 p.m. I like to just jump on Minecraft for a little bit when I come home from work. Work hasn't been too stressful recently, but it's nice to just kind of like gel out, just chill. And recently, this has been how I do that. Lies, wish you never didn't hear lies, tell me lies, baby, tell me how you hate me. There's also a lot of good remixes of songs that I hear on TikTok. Oh, midnight! Oh my goodness. I appreciate you joining. I'd say that's really late, but I also spend most nights up till like 1 in the morning. Definitely late, but yeah, we had someone in here, I think from what would they say? Maybe Finland, and they said it was about midnight for them. Well, I'm happy I could be a part of your day. Man, it takes so... You know what? We're switching to diamond. Oh no! Yeah, I've been pretty bad. Well, actually, I was gonna say recently that I've been pretty bad about my sleep schedule, but I kind of always have. Back when I was in high school, it wasn't too bad. And that was only because I did swimming, so I had to get up at, 6 a.m. every morning, so if I didn't sleep, I was like in a world of hurt. But ever since that point, my attitude, which isn't a good attitude to have, but my attitude was always, well, I don't have to wake up at 6 tomorrow morning, so... Which... I don't think just because I don't have to, well, and even before that, because the practice started at 6. But I don't think the attitude of, well, I don't have to wake up at, 5 in the morning is the best attitude. Oh, but oh well. That's the hard thing too, is that now that I'm, an adult, I don't nobody's gonna tell me when to go to bed. So it's just kind of like, well, I make a bad decision and then it's just all on me. I do find it funny to see though, like, the progression of what keeps me up at night, and I think it's partially changed just because I've gotten older and like have different interests and stuff like that. But I think it's also a little bit technology, because I used to remember when I was pretty young, I used to be very into reading, and I still like, well, oh, Perfectly Midnight. Well, you've made it to the next day. Hopefully you weren't down at school tomorrow. But when I was quite a bit younger, I used to be like a very avid reader, like would read for hours a day. Oh, I missed all kinds of blocks. I'd read for like hours a day, and I was very much that kid who like had a little book light under their sheets because their parents would be like, it's time to go to bed, and I would be like, well, I don't want to stop reading. And then I think at some point I got to the point where I had like a DS and a oh, well that's impressive. I was gonna say my next phase was staying up playing Game Boy and DS. But that's actually impressive. Yeah, and then nowadays it's just watching YouTube videos, so maybe I've just gotten less interesting. But no, that's really cool. I've tried to learn guitar a couple times, and I do still want to learn how to play guitar. I just feel like I jump hobbies so much that I have a hard time focusing on one thing. So I learned how to play flute a long time ago. And then, well, I learned way, way long ago, I took piano lessons. And then I learned how to play flute in like middle school. And then, what came next? Oh, so my brother got a guitar, and then he never played it, and it was something that I was like interested in at least trying. So I took his guitar, and I've tried a couple times to learn, and I'll continue again at some point. I just don't know when that'll be. And then when I was living on my own, I didn't have to worry about, irritating everyone in the house. I got a violin, and I tried that for a little bit, and that was pretty cool, but I had a hard time like tuning it, and I think part of it was because it was probably a pretty cheap violin, but it would take me like an hour to tune it, and by the time I had spent an hour tuning it, I really didn't want to play anymore, so that was kind of a bummer. Yeah, I've always kind of struggled with a little bit of insomnia, and it probably doesn't make it, it's probably not that great that I like compound that with looking at a screen before bed, because I'm almost positive that makes it worse. But yeah, I used to have a hard time because I had a lot of anxiety, and I'd like lay in bed and I couldn't stop thinking about things, because I mean, when you're laying completely quiet and still in bed, what are you gonna do? So I used to have a hard time with like just chilling out enough to actually fall asleep, and now it's just like there's so much that I want to do in a day that I, am up till 10 or 11 doing stuff out of bed, and then I get into bed and I start watching videos and stuff like that, so. I wish I had tips. I did for a while to help with the anxiety stuff. I had like not quite meditation, because I'm not like really into the really guided breaths and stuff like that, but I found like two things helpful is I think it was like self-hypnosis, but it's nothing like spooky. It's just like they're painting a picture of you like, I don't know, floating or swinging on a swing set, and then you like go sailing up into the air and you can fly. And stuff like that, but they're just talking in like a super chill voice the whole time, so it's pretty relaxing. And it also helps because then I, put my headphones on or just play it out loud, and I can't look at the screen because if I navigate away from the app or whatever, it'll just shut off. And then another thing that I found recently was I don't like vibe with the whole ocean noises or nature noises and that kind of stuff. Like, that's not relaxing to me. But I did find these like bass boosted audios that are just kind of ambient sounds, but it's like bass boosted. And for some reason, like the bass feels like really tingly and nice to my ears. And it helped me fall asleep. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I've tried quite a few things. Some have worked better than others for sure. I personally don't. My family has a dog. I did have fish for a little bit, but that's a whole... They died pretty quickly because they were kind of sick, and also the fish tank was not fully set up for them. So right now I just keep plants, because plants are a little bit easier to please, and it's not quite as sad if they die. Too emotionally weak for pets. Do you have any pets? I do eventually want to have pets, but I think I would need somebody else with me who could be like a voice of reason. Who could be like, you know, it's not the end of the world if like we can figure this out together or something like that. What are budgies? I feel like I've heard that word before, but I don't know what that is. Don't know where I've heard that from. So are you the rare dog and cat person? You don't find too many people who are chill with both. Oh, how cute. Birds were something I considered for a little bit. It wasn't something that was ever like super serious, so I didn't do all that much investigating into like how to keep birds and stuff like that. I feel like birds would be chaotic. That's probably just a weird assumption, but for some reason that's in my head. Oh shoot, what are you doing here, buddy? Leave me alone. Boom. That's really cute though. Man, I love animals. Oh, that's so precious. We don't deserve animals. That's so sweet. Ow. That's gotta be nice companionship too. If they come up to you and just, oh, so cute. But yeah, I think eventually I'll have pets of my own, because I do love our dog, but yeah, I feel like some animals are just like that. I guess they're like people. I, for the longest time, was like, I don't know why, but like very anti-physical contact at all. So like people would try to hug me and I'd be like, ah! So I get it. That's cute though. Aww. That's, for a while I was considering getting a cat, because I'm out of the house a good bit. So I would really like a pet for the companionship, but also I'm not gonna, you know, put a pet in a bad situation, or put an animal in a bad situation just because like I want something. So for a while I wanted a dog because that's what we always have had in our family. We've always had dogs. But then I know cats are a little bit more independent. So for a while I thought, well, maybe I could get a cat. Oh, where is he? For a while I was like, well, maybe I could get a cat, because then it could, you know, I mean, you don't have to take it out, so it can go to the bathroom. But I don't know. I don't know that I'm fully ready for that by myself. I do have a friend who has a cat though, so I can get my fair share of cat serotonin. Something cool. Oh shoot, he's a baby one. I was like, why do I hear him but I couldn't see anybody? It's probably because he was by my feet. Man, I don't like the little guys. They're really hard to hit. They're cute, but... Okay, I also don't know why... I don't know how to see that, but I don't understand why these ones in the desert, like, poison you. Oh, yeah. I feel like cats are very... Maybe, and I've been told by a couple people that maybe this isn't correct, but I always get the feeling that cats are, like, very particular, and can be kind of grumpy. But yeah, I know if you raise animals from pretty young a certain way, like, my parents were really serious about, with all of our dogs, raising them so that, like, they were very nice to people, so, like, they were the dogs that never bit anybody, never jumped up on anybody, just because from a young age we were... You aren't like mean to them, but you're like clear what's okay and what isn't. I think same with people. Once you grow up, it's kind of hard to be like... Once you grow up, it's hard to be like, okay, now change and do something different. For people and for animals, I mean. Yeah. I don't think cats are like mean. I just think they're like very particular. But man, I went to my friend's house and I had that like kind of opinion of cats. Her cat is like the chunkiest, sweetest thing ever. She was like, she made the comment, oh, what did she say? She like came up and put her head in my hand and like rubbed against my leg, and my friend goes, I'd say it's special that she likes you, but it isn't. She likes everybody. Oh, well, happy to hear a couple of them are buddies. That's a lot of pets, though. We've only ever had... We at one point had 2 dogs. My parents had fish, but that was before... I mean, that was when we were, like, baby. So mostly dogs. My aunt at one point had, I think, 3 cats. And one of them was young, and so I feel like most young pets are kind of like testing the waters. So he was a little nippy. But the old one was just mean. And my brother loves cats, so he would pet her and like mess with her, and he'd come back like smiling, but with his hand like covered in scratches and stuff. Aww. I hate to hear abandoned animals. That happens way too often. Good that you guys took care of it, though. There's a Reddit page that used to be one of my favorites. I don't spend much time on Reddit anymore, but it used to be one of my favorites. And it was like before and after adoption. So it would be like a picture of an animal when it comes into a shelter, like not looking the best because it had been mistreated. And then they show a picture of it like after it's been to the doctor and gotten groomed and everything, and it's just like so heartwarming. It's just sad because I feel like it happens with every single animal. Because, I mean, I know way too much about fish, but even with fish, I've watched like a lot of YouTube videos where it's like people get goldfish and then they're just like, you know what, I'm done taking care of it, and then they put it into like lakes And obviously pets aren't meant to just go out in the wild, but I guess goldfish are very prolific. So they'd go in the wild and they'd like take over lakes and like they'd eat everything so none of the other fish could survive. So it'd just be a lake full of massive goldfish that were struggling to survive and really unhealthy and stuff like that. Oh, that's great. Animals are such good companions. That was something I didn't appreciate enough about, especially about our first dog, because the newest dog, I really only see her when I go visit my parents. But our first dog, oh, he was like with us the whole time I was at home, pretty much, like for a really long time. And I like didn't appreciate how nice of company it is just to have like a buddy who is gonna be friends with you like no matter what, and is just like always, I don't know, there and wants to hang out with you and will come lay down with you even if you aren't trying to play or something. Will just come rest with you, and that's such a good feeling. Pets are a great source of serotonin. Yeah. That's what I couldn't get over is I was like not fully sold on like I said, my roommate has a cat and I like wasn't fully sold because I don't know, I'm like more scared of animals than I probably should be. I think they're precious, but I'm like scared of pretty much everything. So um but I met her and she was actually the sweetest thing ever. So that sold me. Okay, we're out of sandstone again. We almost got all the way through this layer though. Let's pick up the couple that I dropped. Oh man, this is gonna be so cool. I'm excited. Oh, you know what? I can definitely finish out up there. Clearly it's not illuminated enough. Illuminate the enemy. Okay. Hopefully nothing will spawn here now. I know it's like a certain light level that stuff spawns at, but I usually just look for the dark spots and put the torches down. Okay, that should be bright enough now. Oh, that's a dark hallway. Must have missed that one. I don't know if the spiders can spawn on the roof. Hopefully not. But they're pretty much the most obnoxious mobs, so I feel like they probably do. That looks crazy. I'm gonna need to at some point probably get up there and, I don't know, do something to make that brighter and look nice, but not today. Let's get some more sandstone. I'm assuming if it's midnight for you, you're probably in a different country, so I'm sure they would be weird. Where are you from? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm familiar with Spanish, the tiniest bit of Russian, and Korean, but yeah, I'm sure Polish would be would look pretty pretty different. Definitely need more sand already. We didn't use up the shovels, right? Did I put them away? Yeah, I put them away. It's cool to have people jumping on, though, that are from all over the world. I don't know what I was expecting, but that's really cool. So were you born in Poland? Because you speak English really well. Definitely better than I speak anything else. I think I speak an okay amount of Spanish, but... Oof. This guy's a little faster than... Your English is really good, though. You must, you guys must learn both, then. That's a little intimidating when somebody says their own language is hard. I guess English is kind of stupid too, so I can get that. Now that is a lot of sandstone. That might get us somewhere. Well, that's awesome, though. No, you speak really well. I've been to Europe a couple times. Haven't been to Poland. I got to go to Spain and Italy. It's kind of cool that everything is not like really close, but relatively close. So you can see, you know, you could see a couple countries at a time if you visit. Oh my goodness, German. Do a lot of people speak German, or is that you chose to study German? I wanted to learn, talking about, I know I was talking about a lot of hobbies earlier, but learning languages was a big hobby for me for a while. But that just requires so much time to actually get good at. So I've done a little bit of studying Spanish and Korean mostly. I tried to learn Russian, but that one was a little bit too difficult, so I gave up on it pretty quickly. I'm trying to read a book in Spanish, though. Oh. Yeah, we had to take Spanish. Spanish was like mandatory when we were a little younger. And then it was kind of like, if you want to do something else, you can. And then we took English classes just to make sure you were, I don't know, you sounded intelligent, I guess. But that's interesting. Yeah, I wish I knew more languages, like actually well. I think I could probably have a conversation in Spanish, but even that, I definitely wouldn't say I'm like fluent. I'd say I'm like basically conversational. I can sound intelligent because I'm big about like when I learn a language. I feel like it's funner and it's easier if you like also work on your accent and like how to pronounce things naturally. So that was for me a big a fun part of studying all languages. Was just kind of, I don't know, I guess it's kind of like mimicry. Yeah, I can try to guess. I don't think I know really any Polish words, so it'll definitely be a complete guess for me. Huh. See, the closest thing that I can think of that looks like that is like Czech Republic. But that's definitely different. Why do I feel like it's maybe a food? Oh, okay, that's very different. I guess that's probably a good word to know. Huh. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna guess based on the trend of the other one that that one means goodbye. Beetle. Interesting. Yeah, that I think I definitely, if you did your pets' names, would think they looked a little unusual. Do widzenia? See, that one I feel like is at least, oh shoot. At least some of the letters are familiar. There's a lot of accented characters. That seems kind of similar to Russian. I don't know a ton of Russian words, but "до свидания" is goodbye, so that's kind of similar. And I feel like I've picked up so much, but it doesn't actually make that many stacks. It's a little bit disheartening. Yeah, I really only know like the really basic stuff. I know Привет, which is hello, and I know до свидания, which is goodbye, and that's most of the words that I know. I mostly learned the alphabet, but that took already a lot of effort, so I didn't get very far in learning actual words or sentences or anything. Pretty sure kot is cat. Cat. I don't know why I said English really weird. Learning languages is fun. That's difficult but cool that you do that you are, I guess, eventually gonna know 3 different languages. That's pretty sick. I'm just over here with my my English and mostly Spanish. You like won a contest? We had when I was younger, we did a lot of we'd have like academic contests for a bunch of different categories, and one of them was for vocabulary, which was just basically knowing what a bunch of words meant. So I always competed in that because I was, like I said, I was really into reading, so I knew a lot of words. A little less impressive, I think, when it's your own language, but... Very cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta get back into some of my other hobbies. I feel like it's been hard with the whole pandemic thing to have motivation to do anything. That's why I've been watching, like, playing a lot of games and watching a lot of YouTube, because it's so low effort. And yet it's still, like, exciting. Ooh. Ah, it's another little guy. They're so difficult. Why are you so small? Man, I keep hearing noises and I don't know where they're coming from. Die! Looking forward to getting back into some other stuff though. I was actually having a really good time. I'd always kind of wanted to do do some kind of martial arts because I'm pretty weak. But I thought that would be really, really cool. And then everything got stopped when I was only like a couple months in, so that was kind of a bummer. That one looks wild. Huh. Maybe like balloon? Man, all of these are actually random guesses. I have no idea. Oh, like a blade? I think that's the word in English. It's a blade of grass. Interesting. Yeah, it's weird to really not have any idea because I'm used to enough, because I've taken Spanish for long enough, I can kind of tell for a lot of the like romance languages like French and Spanish and all those, I can kind of use one language to figure out what the other ones mean. And even between like English and Spanish, there's a lot of like roots of words or like sometimes in English there's a word that people don't really use all that much, but it means the same as a simpler word. And like a word in another language will be based on the more complicated word. So a lot of the vocabulary stuff helps me with those. But it's hard because I feel like none of the Polish words even look anything like an English word. So I don't even have a guess. Okay. I'm thinking up here. I was trying to figure out for a while what I wanted to do up here. But I think I maybe want to take it out one block and then have this be like a walkway. That's kind of what I was thinking. Oh my goodness, that's a big word. Oh, that's wild. That's so long. Is Polish kind of like German where you can just add a bunch of words together and they start meaning, more and more? You just keep squishing words together. That's such a long word. Oh. Huh. Huh. An elephant? Man, these are all, like, honestly 100% guesses. I just have no idea. Oh. So is one part then, one part maybe the whatever the money is? Okay. It's funny, I feel like I'm used to being able to tell something about a word, but there's just like, I feel like those are so different, there's like no context. How does that look? Not sure how I feel about that up there. I was kind of thinking of it being like a walkway, but I don't know that I love how that looks, so I might revisit that at a later point. Think on it more. Up here for the next level, I wanted to do a square. When we have you, we have two of them and use different. Oh. English has plenty of that kind of stuff, so that I'm familiar with. Where somebody at some point just decided it was going to sound different in one word and not in the other. Very familiar with that. It was my buddy who helped gather a lot of the sand. When we have you and you use different ones in different words, you and... So they sound the same, but they look different? Because I guess that's kind of the opposite. I feel like in English there's a lot of words that... Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I feel like in English there's a lot that look the same and sound different. Okay, where's the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the middle. Ooh. Oops. I was too focused. Broken hearted. Oh, I always bring a water bottle to bed. I try to do I have like 1 liter water bottles, and I try to drink 3 to 4 of them a day. And so if I'm like not done drinking water, I'll bring it to bed and try to make sure that I drink all of it before I go to bed. Not that I'm always successful, but I try. Aww. That's so sweet. Won't break me. Not broken hearted. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. Can never be lonely with a dog. That one I can maybe guess. Is that My Name Is? Yes, finally one. That one's a little bit easier. That at least somewhat looks familiar. Oh, I'm happy I got one. Oops. So Magda is your name? Nice to meet you, Magda. But it won't break me. Trying to think how I want to do this. I think I would like some stairs that come off to the side. I think that might be cool. 1, 2. Maybe pull it back a little bit. I actually had a friend whose name was Magdalena, but she went by Maggie. And honestly, I'm wondering if she was Polish. I know her family was from somewhere in Europe. Crying in a prom dress. Contest. Now we're back to the ones that I have no idea on. Man, I just have no idea. What is that one? That one I have no guess for. How much is it? Like if you're asking price of something? Ah, gotcha. Well, I might hop off of here in a few minutes and maybe give you a chance to go to bed. But thanks for joining me. Thanks to anybody who watches this later. Yeah, it was for sure. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna call it. Goodbye. Have a good night. Hope school's not too hard tomorrow. Bye. Aw, thanks. Hope to see you again then. Bye-bye.